Hi there, empath here, trying my consolation prize for my first Let's Play, since MechWarrior doesn't like to behave well with both DOSBox and a third-party video capture application. I'm gonna go with a similar game from around the same time, also based on Battletech, but kind of more loyal to the original board game in that it's turn-based strategy rather than a first-person simulator. Battletech, the Crescent Inception. Let's just get started. There. Infocom. You may remember Zork. And yep, Westwood Associates. They actually did stuff before Command and Conquer. And no. Okay, it was kind of cool back in the day, back in the 80s, when all you had was a one-voice internal tweeter, but we've got better things, and even then, after about 5 or 6 times of running the game, you got bored with the beeping, so I'm not going to subject it to your fine ears. We'll just carry on with, wow, 1988. It's almost been 25 years. Cool. Anyway, let's get started. The map, an overhead map will show in the main part where we're getting a list of all these dead corporations. The left side gives you more information. The top pane will list off your actions you're taking, movements, what actions you take in combat, superimposed with a picture of, say, the building you're in or something going on during combat. The bottom part giving a listing of all your character stats, basic stats that you accumulate into your party. And here we go. Nice looking place. Green, well manicured lawns, shrubberies, trees, some kind of electric fence. We're the little blue guy in the middle of the map. Walkway. Some guy left this building and walked off to the right. Let's go find out what's in there. Citadel. Some kind of headquarters or government offices. Looks to be. Center for Lyran Commonwealth Operations. Okay, the Lyran Commonwealth is one of 5 nations that the 31st century inner sphere has. Everything was united about 200 years before under a Grand Star League, a golden age, which of course didn't last because, mankind's mankind. Disputes, civil war. These 5 decided, well, each of the rulers claimed that they should be the next one to inherit the title, and then proceeded to get angry that the other 4 didn't immediately agree with them, and everybody fought everybody else, on and off for 200 years, basically undoing most of the technological advancements that we'd gotten at that point. Barely to the point where they couldn't even field armies anymore due to a lack of factories that had been destroyed and technicians that had been killed, so forth. Now sort of in a stalemate. Get a little more background, go over to this Hall of Legends. Okay. The Archon herself. Archon of the Lyran Commonwealth, Katrina Steiner. Pacifica. Now, it's a little confusing, but Pacifica is not actually the planet, but the main continent where everything's located on the planet of Chara 4. Chara 4 is kind of close to Sol, which is in the smack dab in the middle of the inner sphere, with the 5 successor states extending out from it like wedges of pie. With Chara 4 close to Sol, it's a good layover point to travel on towards, any of the other successor states for, say, diplomatic purposes. In this case, the Lyran Commonwealth has been getting friendly with the Federated Suns, to the point that Katrina's daughter He's going to marry the ruler of the Fed Sons, Hans Davian. Gonna make an alliance between these two states quite strong and subsequently piss off everyone else. Well, we'll see how that turns out. And battle mechs. 30-foot tall robots powered by a fusion engine, hot fusion engine. Heat gets to be a major factor in managing that to keep your vehicle running. It's the go-to vehicle combat platform. Easier to transport. It's more flexible, more maneuverable, carries a lot more firepower than conventional vehicles or troops. It can operate in places where others can't, so it's the bulk of people's armies. And in this case, they're referring to a small little Locust, which is only 20 tons. A recon mech, moves very fast, doesn't have a lot of ammunition, more arms, and the backup machine guns it has are fit in the arms and take up so much space you gotta remove the hands. I have to remember that, can't manipulate stuff. Moving right along, we get to the gee-whiz factor, the land air mech or transformer. It can be an aerospace fighter or a battle mech or a combination of the two. Not really as great as it sounds, unfortunately, because in game terms, all the equipment required to get it transformed from one to another took up a lot of space and weight inside a mech, and as a result it didn't have as much firepower or strong armor as a dedicated mech or aerospace fighter would. But early on it was the gee-whiz thing, so they refer to it here. Difficult to pilot, very effective. One of the best is our very own security chief at this planet, Jeremiah Youngblood. By the way, you're Jeremiah's son, Jason. That little guy off to the left there. So, great things are expected of you. Now Anton Chekhov's contribution to the story. Edward Telim, brilliant scientist responsible for recovering the technology that we've lost. As I said, things get forgotten, universities get destroyed, manufacturing techniques get lost, and scientists like this guy are the ones that bring it back, that look at this black box that everybody just uses and figures out how it works, how to fix it, how to replace it. And of course, playing to the stereotype, he's eccentric and also a recluse. No one knows, hasn't seen him in years, they're not even sure if he's still alive, he left to get away from people. Wonder if we'll end up meeting him in our travels. Probably. Now, the Lyran Commonwealth is economically and industrially stronger than the others. They've managed to protect their factories and that. As such, they have the strongest army in that respect. Best replacements, more technology, higher standard of living for its general citizens too. But that advantage tends to be handicapped by the fact that all this commerce and wealth going on also leads to corruption and incompetent commanders. Generals getting appointed because they offered the best bribe instead of actually being capable. So you got a strong army led by an incompetent. Most of the 5 factions tend to have pluses and minuses in them. Battletech tends to be more about shades of gray than black and white. And the last thing, another little blurb about our local boy makes good. 12 years ago, battle on Mallory's world. A lance is just 4 mechs. Smallest combat unit of them, apart from a single mech. On a mercenary unit protecting this planet. Had to fend off an invasion of a much larger Kurita force. So they used the advantage of cover and superior mobility, and basically sounds like they fought a guerrilla campaign against the invaders until they got to the point where, well, we can't guarantee the safety of anybody here because there's still this lance out there and we can't get rid of them. let's call this invasion off. Wonder if that might prove useful for the next generation. Just a hint. Excuse me. Well, Her Majesty, the Archon's actually here on her way to that wedding planning going on. See if we can have a chat with her. Oh yeah, we're the son of the head of the security forces. No, I'm not reading that stuff in her voice. You've got that text up there. You can read it in her voice, and I'll just take care of Jason's dialogue. Greetings, Your Grace. Yes, I'm doing well. I hope you are too. Training. Well, yeah, I was just on my way to training, but I figured I'd stop by and... Well, no, I mean... Yes, I haven't yet. Like I said, I'm just about to get started, but I figured you're only going to be here for a short time. Yes, I really should, yeah. But, okay, well, yeah, I'll go do that. Yeah, I hope the wedding plans go well. You get back to that, and I'll go do... Yeah. Right, well, that was a bit of a hint. They were a little heavy-handed now that I look at it, and with the benefit of hindsight, with the writing. Well, this is handy here. Enroll in a combat class. Get started, I guess. Combat Skills Training Center. Proper use of bow, blade, personal weapons. Well, I was kind of hoping for battle mechs, but I suppose we're not going to spend the entire game sitting in a cockpit, so probably handy to have some skills to protect ourselves. Back up, and then we'll have to go find this mech academy, I suppose. Inexpensive, good. Apparently your definition of inexpensive and my definition of inexpensive differ. Looks like I'm going to have to wait for my allowance to get in more, maybe. Oh well. Let's see. First thing, I should save the game. And take a look at Jason Youngblood. I have a stick. And apparently I have no clue how to use it either. Boy, talk about a blank slate. I wonder what I could do. Probably end up going with a pistol. Rifle probably be more powerful, but it'd also be more cumbersome to carry around. Not exactly something you want to have on you at all times. Gunnery and piloting, that refers to the battle mech. Obviously I'll work on those. Tech and medical, well, technicians, salvaging equipment, repairing equipment, that's obviously going to be necessary. Medical, duh. Grab that when I can. Fiddle with a few settings here. Combat speed, even though I've got a third-party capture program and a DOSBox running to slow this down, it's still gonna go too fast, so I'll have it at the slowest setting. And the outtakes, we'll get bored with them before too long, but let's go see where that guy went. There he is. Hey, he went into that red building there. Comstar Station. Now, Comstar is a remnant of the Star League, a communications agency that handles the interstellar communications. They tried to stay neutral and keep things going regardless of all the feuding and warfare going on. As such, they tend to be sort of a reliable banker, and stock exchange for that sort of handling of things, since they don't have a vested interest in any one particular side. Well, we're getting close to 15 minutes here. Talk to that Fred Swanson. Hey, Jason. Yeah, hi. Fred, what are you up to? Buying Baker stock. Make a fortune if they don't go broke. Sounds a little risky. Going offline. Well, I'll probably catch you at the lounge. Getting close to the limit here, so what I'll do is I'll clue up here. Sorry for all the guff and the background information, but, well, it's only for this one. The next one will be a lot better. Maybe we'll actually get to see a mech next time. Thanks for listening. If you haven't, well, hey, hope you tune in for the next one, and see you then. Bye.